everybody, it's Miss Karen from the Hancock Town Library with a science experiment today. It's called Rainbow in a Glass or Rainbow in a Jar. And all you need for ingredients is warm water. I already poured the water, I microwaved it, and I just used the tap. You can microwave it. But I'd already poured it into 4 cups. And you need sugar and food coloring and a spoon to stir. And you'll see what I do with these afterwards. These are droppers. Some people use straws. So I put warm water, about 1/2 cup, into each of these 4 cups. So what I do, this is a density experiment. So I'm going to add some sugar, but you have to follow exactly how much sugar to put in because each one of these will be different. So in this cup, I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of sugar. 1, 2, 3. Stir it up. The reason you want the warm water is because the sugar dissolves much better in the warm water. In this cup, I'm going to put 2 tablespoons. 1, 2, okay. In this cup, I put 1 tablespoon. And last but not least, this is just hot water. I'm not going to add any sugar to it. So now I can add the food coloring. In the cup with 3 tablespoons of sugar, I'm going to add just a few drops of yellow. In the water that has 2 tablespoons of sugar, I'm going to add green. In the 1 tablespoon of sugar container, I will add some red. And in the plain water without sugar, I will add blue. Okay, now this part takes a little bit of patience. So what you do is you get a jar or a glass, the taller the better. And I take a dropper. And first I will put the yellow. This has more sugar, so this is more dense. So I just put, it doesn't have to be an exact amount. I'm stirring it as I'm putting it in here because I want to make sure all the sugar is dissolved. Okay. Now, food coloring can stain your fingers and other surfaces, so you might want to put gloves on, but I didn't put gloves on, but it might be a good idea. Okay, so I just want to make sure I have enough of the yellow. This will be the bottom layer. Make sure I have, I might put a little bit more. Actually, I could probably pour this right in because there's no other layers in here. Okay, now I have the green. So what I want to do is very slowly, you don't want to just pour it in quickly or drop it in quickly. You want to get close. You can tilt the glass, get close to the edge of the glass and just very gently put the green in. If you do it too quickly, what will happen is it will just blend and you'll get sort of a dark color that's not really pretty, and it will also not separate. What we want to do is have the colors separate. As I said, it takes just a little patience because if you You don't want to do it too quickly. You don't have to put all these liquids in. We made much more than we needed, but it's okay. Okay, all right. All right, now we're gonna go with red. Just give it a little stir. Gently release the dropper. Now adding the sugar to the water is increasing the density of the water, which will allow the colors to separate if they're different densities. You can change the density of the water by adding the sugar, and when you mix sugar with the water, what happens is the sugar molecules fill the spaces, the molecules in the water. They fill them and make it more dense. Okay. The red is not, it's almost too similar to the green, so it's not showing up quite as much as I would like, but that's all right. You can start to see that they're separated. The yellow's at the bottom because remember that's the liquid that had more sugar in it. So it's more dense. Okay, now I'm going to go with the blue. It has no sugar in it. Very slowly. Okay. Now I've seen this experiment done without sugar water, with using different solutions, like using rubbing alcohol, dish soap. So if you go and look online, you might see a different type of rainbow in the jar experiment. I went with the sugar one, but you can have fun with it and try different things. Let me see how this is going here. If you put it with light in the background, sometimes you can really see the color. Okay. All right. Okay. I might turn the light on. I'm trying to figure out which is the best light. That would be good. All right. So you can see the separation. I've seen this done where it's just really distinct, where you can see the red very distinctly. It got a little, it blended a little bit more than is optimal, but so you can see there's yellow at the bottom. That's more dense. It had 3 tablespoons of sugar. The green layer of our rainbow had 2 tablespoons of sugar, so it's less dense than the yellow. The red had only 1 tablespoon, so it's in there somewhere. And the blue had no sugar at all, so that's the least dense, so that is on the top. So that is how you do a rainbow in a jar, or a rainbow in a glass. So try it at home. Thanks for tuning in.